Howdy everyone, here Parallel, here with another vlog. So for today's vlog, I just want to talk about a movie that I saw last night. I would have vlogged last night after watching it, but when I finished it, it was like pretty much midnight, and I was feeling pretty tired, so I'm doing this, I guess, not really a review, kind of is, but just like my thoughts on it. So yeah. And the movie that I saw was A Silent Voice. A Silent Voice is an anime movie, and it was produced by Kyoto Animation, which I already have a bias towards. I love Kyoto Animation because they do a lot of amazing things. Like their animation it's really good. And like a lot of my favorite anime series were done by Kyoto Animation, including The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is like my favorite anime of all time, and some other things like Violet Evergarden, which I saw earlier this year, Beyond the Boundary / Kyokai no Kanata, Shunibyo, good one. That's a good series. Anyways, A Silent Voice was really good. I mean, of course, I'm gonna continuously praise the animation because Kyoto Animation did a really good job, and this was, it didn't really look like it was, like the characters at least, they didn't really look like how Kyoto Animation typically does their characters, so it has that sets it apart from other Kyoto Animation works, but yeah, the animation was beautiful. And the story was also really interesting. So the movie involves two main characters, a boy named Shoya and a girl named Shoko. I don't remember their last names. I think Shoya's last name is Ishida, and then Shoko is Nishimiya. But I'm just gonna call them by like Shoko and Shoya. But anyways, so the premise of the movie is that Shoko, she becomes a new student and transfers over to Shoya's elementary school, and she's deaf. She can't hear. She can speak, but because she's deaf, she has the speech impediment, so she tries to communicate through other ways like sign language, writing on notebooks. And in elementary school, Shoya, along with a lot of his other classmates, they end up bullying her, which not cool. Bullying is not cool, but Shoko, because of the bullying, she ends up transferring out of the class, and when the entire class is confronted about the whole bullying situation, Shoya, he basically becomes the scapegoat, even though a whole lot of other people were bullying her, but Shoya, I guess he's the one that took it a bit too far. So because he's the scapegoat, he ends up getting bullied by his other classmates. And like as he gets older, like there's a time skip to him in high school, but like between the time skip, because Shoya himself was getting bullied by the rest of his classmates, and just like from growing up, he starts to feel remorse for his actions, which is good on him at least for that. And like it gets to a point where like he doesn't have any friends at his high school, and he's socially awkward, he's filled with anxiety, and he's depressed. It gets to the point where like at the very beginning of the movie he tries to kill himself, but he ends up meeting Shoko again when they're high school students, and he ends up learning sign language so he can apologize to her, and that's basically the premise of the movie. He continues to show remorse for his actions. He meets up with, he makes new friends. He meets up with like old elementary school classmates of his, and we get to see both like how Shoko and Shoya have like grown up, and how like the bullying has affected both of them. Like how Shoya being a bully and then being bullied for his bullying. Like we get to see how that's affected him. We get to see how Shoko being bullied for being deaf has affected her, and the movie is done really well. I believe it's actually based off a manga, so I don't know like how true to it like the movie stays to it, but like I feel like this was done really well. Like there's a lot of emotional moments. Like there's just a lot of like really heartwarming moments. We get to see both of them like interact with other people, and I don't want to spoil anything that happens in the movie, but like I cried. It's like it's an emotional movie, at least like for me it was, and like I don't know quite how to explain it, but it was one that I really enjoyed, and I don't know, it just like I'm rambling at this point, but like I really enjoyed this movie, and I feel like if you're a fan of anime, then you should give it a chance because it's really good. It's up there with like Your Name, which is another one of my favorite anime movies, like that were released like fairly recently. I believe that came out 2016, but yeah, this was also really good, and it's one that I recommend to other people. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything that happens like in the movie. I just gave like a general like I guess summary of it, but yeah, it's good. It's one that I recommend watching, and I'm glad I watched it. And again, it was beautiful. Kyoto Animation does a really good job, like I've said before. But yeah. Anyways, I guess those are my thoughts on the movie. I don't know if I'm gonna be watching like another anime movie anytime soon. Like one that's been on my mind is watching Akira, because I've actually never seen that, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, I don't know. When I find the time to, I'll probably watch through it. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, go watch A Silent Voice. Is it on Netflix? It might be. I don't know, but thank you. Also, I watched it subbed. I don't know if that's going to like affect anyone else's thoughts on it, because I know there's a dub version for it, and I'm pretty sure the dub is also pretty good, but like I just happened to watch the sub version. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time for another vlog. Later.